Hi, today we're going to talk about how to make an oni. So this is the first video of several more to come because we're going to make it together. I'm going to show you, for this first video, I'm going to introduce you the three samples that I made, and I'm going to talk about material because the material makes a big difference in how the final product looks, and really even, like when you're turning things inside out, it makes a difference in those elements as well. So what is an oni? An oni is a Japanese ogre. Some may say that it's a demon. That sounds too evil for me, so I like to go with an ogre. And so I've got three examples. I'm going to start with the one that is created to look like the oni in Mako's first book. And so that is our little blue guy here. Okay? So this is the character in the book, and he's been recreated as a plush. Okay? Now, there are several options that you have. Of course, you can choose what colors that you want. That's the great thing about sewing, is that you get to make it your own. And so you can make the body any color that you want. You can make it one horn or two horn. I'll show you that later. Arms can go up or they can go down. So you can carry his club up or down. You can secure his club in, or you can make it so it can be removed. Just depends on how you want to do that. And you can wrap the club handle if you'd like, or just leave it unwrapped. And so the elements that we have as a pattern is you have the face, you have the nose, ears, then we've got the beard that goes underneath and around. Then if we turn around, we've got the underside of the head. Then we've got two layers of hair. So on this oni, you can see, if I show you really close, I've got two different layers. Can you see the difference in the length of the fur? Okay, two different layers of hair, and that gives him his wild and crazy hairstyle. Then when we look at the body, we have the arm, which is just a front and a back, easy sew seam, front and back. Then they've got these little kind of like bracelets that are on the arms and the legs. Okay, and then same thing here, just a front and a back piece here. Then we've got the chest piece, the tummy, and then underneath, the tummy folds into the legs. And the back piece is even easier because it's just this piece down through here, and then we have the feet. Now what's fun about the feet, what makes them easy, because that's one of the things that's hard when you're making a plush toy, is sometimes just the feet, sewing in small spaces. And so the way that this construction is done is so that you don't have to sew in small spaces. The order of construction can keep you out of having to do small space sewing. And so we actually add the feet, and we sew the feet. When we add the feet, we leave it open in the back, and you sew the back of the foot at the same time you're sewing the inside seam leg. So it's all one big deal. And so that makes it so that you don't have to sew this little teeny tiny seam around the ankle, which would really be a pain. And then the little skirt is just, you throw some elastic in, and this is cut, so you don't have to do that. And take a look. This is marker. This is actually Sharpie on top to get the same, because I was trying to recreate the character in the book. And so this is the way it looks in the book, and since we did that. Now, what's our embroider? We embroidered the belly button, okay? And then the chest, and we've got a chin line, his mouth, his what are those? Are those fangs? I don't know. Incisors. Anyway, so his teeth, and then we've got the eyes, and then this part here is actually the same as his beard. That's just applique. And I just used glue. I didn't even sew it. I just stuck it on with glue. Works great. And then here we've got his little furl marks. Okay? And so that is our blue Oni. Okay? Then I have a second character that I'm going to do in the next comic book character, and we're going to make him green. So I decided to make him. So here's the green Oni. Okay, so all the elements are the same, but I used different technique on the face on this one. So here I just glued these eyes on. I just cut them out, you know, of the chosen fabric. Felt is what I like to use, and then just glued them on. And there's, you know, 2 areas, and all that's provided. So all you have to do is cut it out and glue it on. The eyebrows are the same as the back of the head. So I just cut it up, glue it on. I used a sewing machine this time, can you see, for that stitch, which is really just a zigzag, really, you know, spaced really close together, and you're just going straight across, straight line. Okay, and so you can kind of see how they went. Oh, and the nose. The nose, wasn't sewn like this one, this blue one. We actually, it's the same material. Okay, and so you got a little bit of sewing and then, you know, affixing on there. But this one is just a puff ball. That's all it is. Can you see the difference? Just a puff ball. And I just stuck it on, which was faster, and it still looks great. You can't, you know, it's the same color, looks great. And so we have all the same components, but notice that this one, the arms are both down. And then I took the club and I put it in his hand, and he kind of drags it behind him. Gives him a little bit of character. And this one has 2 horns instead of 1. Then you can see that the beard and the back of the hair is the same fabric. And then this one is my faux fur. Okay? And so there is the green one. Now we can't leave girls out, so I had to do a girl. Let me get my girl. And she just wanted to be a happy one. So I made this one when I was thinking about my granddaughter. You know, this is an Oni to scare away the bad dreams, to protect her. And so here I just kind of changed the eyes to be something a little bit more, you know, cat eye liked, or you know, kind of more a girly look, and you know, added a tongue to make her kind of, you know, like she's thinking or being silly, and then this little heart is just, you know, like a little beauty mark. I kind of came up with this, but you could come up with something totally different. You can make your own eyes, your own mouth expression, tongue, no tongue, open mouth, closed mouth. You can add it. Notice I added no nose. You may want to have a nose, so you could add a nose in there. And so here, I also, look in the ears, I actually added an inside to the ears so that I could add that kind of color pop, because I was dealing with a white surface. And I brought that pink in. And then this particular one, I think I overstuffed it. It's quite a big horn. But this is actually just stretch material that came with, it's knit, and it came striped. And so I just turned it into a horn, so I didn't have to do the sewing. So that's kind of her horn. And then you can see here, I used the same fabric. And if you ever watched my Miskowin horse where we made the fantasy package, yes, you'll recognize this, because this is my leftover fur from making the Pegasus unicorn. But so I just used the same on the front and the back, and then I tied a little ribbon across to make her kind of girly. And then look, so I added some ribbon and made her, I didn't put any spikes on her club, and you know, used a tan and added some ribbons for some nice girly, you know, kind of magical stuff. And then I changed her outfit, you know, because we can't have any, you know, chest showing here. So I created just this really simple tie over the shoulders. All you've got is one seam here, one seam here. That's it. And then you just tie it up at the shoulder and it comes down. And then we've got this little skirt. You can see her little belly button. And then I made just this little skirt, you know, that has, I don't think you can you see that it's got like sparkling, you know, net skirt to, again, add the girly factor. And then on the feet, on the bottom of the feet, I matched the ears. You know, it's kind of, you just make it up as you go. And so these are the 3 versions. Now, can you make more versions? Oh my gosh, absolutely. Imagine, I mean, you can make your oni where it has no hair that you put on, and then just put like yarn hair on. You know, make a wig for it and sew on yarn hair, or make him bald. Or just really anything that you can think of. That's the beautiful thing about sewing. The construction's the same, you're just changing the elements, okay? And so you might say, oh, Ellen, I could never do that. I'm telling you, you can do this. And it's so fun. It's so fun. So let me talk a little bit about fabric. And I'm talking about the body fabric here. So the Girl Oni was the first one that I made, and I had all my other fabrics I had bought online, and I was waiting for them to come, but I was too impatient. So I made her out of some material I already had from making Miskoen, the horse pattern. And so this is her fabric, and it's kind of like that faux suede, but this is what I want you to see. No stretch. Can you see that? No stretch. I don't suggest this fabric. Okay, maybe for the face, if you're going to paint, it would be a good option, but the no stretch makes the darts in the tummy. My husband said it looked like udders on a cow. But look, see how they poke out like this? Can you see that? That's because the fabric doesn't give. And so it doesn't make as nice a result as if we look at, look at the green oni. See how you can hardly even see the darts, and it makes this nice smooth belly? That's what it's supposed to be. And it's your choice of fabric that's going to make the difference. So what is that fabric I used? It's known as Minky. Yeah, and I didn't know this until I actually made these fabrics. But apparently this is what plush toys are usually made out of. See the stretch? Not allowed to stretch this way. It's only in one way. Okay? But this fabric, Minky, you can buy it online like I did, but I don't get out much anymore. But I found when I went to Joann's that they had a bunch of this stuff too, in all different kinds of colors. And so you can go to your Joann's or fabric store, and you're just looking for kind of this, think of it as that, like a velour stretch, a stretch velour is kind of what the Minky is. In fact, I went to Joann's, and that's where I got this. This here is stretchy like this, but this Minky is just a little bit more stable. But you can go and you can get this just about anywhere. So what I recommend is you get the pattern and get your fabrics. And I'm going to give you about a week to do that. And then I'm going to start from the very beginning, video by video. We're going to walk through how to make an oni. But let's make this even more interesting. I have tons of leftover stuff here, but I've already made these combinations. So when I make my oni with you, why don't you tell me what color my oni should be? So leave in the message what color you think the oni should be, what color should the hair be, what color should the body be, and then we together will make an oni. And I'm telling you that your kids or your grandkids or even you and your husband, you're gonna love these things because you just look at them and they're just fun. They're just fun to have around. And remember, we've got this little guy. I call him Ishiboshi in the last thing, and that's my nickname for him, but it's actually Ishwan Boshi. So I should correct myself there. But remember, in the story, these two are adversaries. So we run across the Oni here, and he wants to eat Mako. and they have like a little battle. And so these are the kinds of things that, our kids can do, our, boys or girls alike, where they can have, kind of these little battles and adventures with some Japanese culture. All right, so that's your assignment. Go get your fabric. Make sure you leave a comment to know what color I should make my oni. And we'll get started next week. Okay? All right. Remember, if you have any questions, and remember, you don't have to be an expert seamstress for this. It's good for you to have some experience so you know how to operate a sewing machine. Nothing we are doing here is hard. It's just construction, just going from piece to piece to piece. So, if you have any questions, email me at Ellen, ELLEN, at via-e.com. Okay? Again, that's Ellen, ELLEN, at via-e.com. I'm excited to do the next character with you. All right, I'll talk to you soon, okay? All right, bye.